When a mechanic recommends a motorcycle, it means something. They've seen what breaks, what lasts, and what truly earns respect in the workshop. So today we're looking at 8 motorcycles that mechanics just won't stop recommending: bikes that are built right, ride better, and rarely let you down. Let's jump straight in. Number 8. Royal Enfield Interceptor 650. Mechanics love motorcycles that make sense, and that's exactly why the Royal Enfield Interceptor 650 earns their respect. It's simple, reliable, and refreshingly honest in a world full of overcomplicated machines. Powered by a 648cc Air oil-cooled parallel twin, it produces about 47 horsepower and 52 newton-meters of torque, delivered with a smooth, classic feel that reminds you what riding used to be about. There's no drama, just a consistent, confident pull that works perfectly for both city commutes and weekend rides. But what really wins mechanics over is its engineering simplicity. The Interceptor's twin engine is easy to service, the valves are accessible, the layout is logical, and the parts are affordable. There's no maze of sensors or hidden panels. Everything feels mechanical and transparent. The slip assist clutch, 6-speed gearbox, and Bosch fuel injection make it modern enough without losing its old-school charm. It doesn't leak, doesn't overheat, and doesn't ask for constant attention, it just works. On the road, the Interceptor feels balanced and friendly. The upright ergonomics make long rides comfortable, while the Pirelli tires and double cradle frame give it that classic planted feel. It's one of those bikes that doesn't try to impress you with stats, it earns your trust through every mile. And when mechanics say, "This one rarely comes back to the shop," that's the highest compliment a motorcycle can get. The Interceptor 650 proves that reliability and soul can live in the same engine block, and that's why mechanics keep recommending it. Number 7. Yamaha MT-07. If there's one bike every mechanic quietly admires, it's the Yamaha MT-07. They call it the kind of motorcycle that just never gives up. Under its sharp, compact body sits Yamaha's famous 689cc CP2 parallel twin, an engine that has earned near mythical status in workshops around the world. It makes about 74 horsepower and 68 newton-meters of torque. But the real story isn't power, it's durability. The CP2 is smooth, forgiving, and almost impossible to kill. Mechanics love it because valve checks are simple, oil changes take minutes, and the whole layout is easy to reach with basic tools. Nothing on this bike feels fragile or over-engineered. It's all built to last. On the road, the MT-07 is light, agile, and unbelievably fun. The fueling is crisp, the clutch is feather-light, and that throaty triple-like sound from the twin has its own rhythm. It's a bike that grows with you easy enough for beginners, yet capable enough to keep seasoned riders smiling for years. The frame is sturdy, the suspension is predictable, and even after tens of thousands of kilometers, most MT-07s still feel tight and fresh. Mechanics often say, "We rarely see these unless it's for regular service." And that's the biggest compliment a motorcycle can earn. It doesn't demand constant attention, it simply works. Day after day, season after season. The Yamaha MT-07 isn't just reliable, it's proof that good engineering still matters. And that's exactly why mechanics won't stop recommending it. Number 6. Honda CB500X. When mechanics talk about motorcycles that just don't quit, the Honda CB500X always comes up. It's not flashy, not overpowered, but it's built with that signature Honda precision that mechanics absolutely trust. Underneath, you get a 471cc parallel twin engine producing about 47 horsepower and 43 newton-meters of torque, the same proven motor used across Honda's 500 series. It's smooth, efficient, and nearly indestructible. Mechanics love the CB500X because it's easy to work on and almost never needs anything major. Valve checks are simple, the oil filter is right where it should be, and even the airbox is easily accessible. It's a machine designed with real practicality in mind. The clutch feels light, the gearbox clicks perfectly, and the cooling system is so overbuilt that overheating just isn't in its vocabulary. You could run this bike for years with only routine maintenance oil, filters, and tires, and it'll still sound new. On the road, it's balanced and forgiving. The upright seating gives excellent visibility, and the suspension travel eats up bumps without complaint. It's light enough for new riders, but strong enough to satisfy veterans who value dependability over drama. It's one of those rare motorcycles that can do everything: daily commute, weekend ride, or long-distance touring without ever feeling out of place. When mechanics recommend a motorcycle for someone who simply wants to ride more and worry less, they almost always point to this one. The CB500X may not be the loudest or fastest, but it's quietly one of the most trustworthy bikes on Earth. Number 5. Suzuki V-Strom 650. The Suzuki V-Strom 650 is one of those motorcycles that mechanics love to talk about, not because it's exciting, but because it's dependable. In a workshop full of broken bikes, the V-Strom is the one that just keeps going. Powered by Suzuki's legendary 645cc V-twin, it makes about 70 horsepower and 62 newton-meters of torque, but those numbers only tell part of the story. What really matters is that this engine design has been refined for almost 2 decades. It's smooth, balanced, and incredibly resilient. Mechanics admire it for its bulletproof reliability. The valves rarely drift out of spec, the fuel injection is consistent, and the cooling system is so efficient that overheating is nearly impossible. It handles neglect better than most motorcycles handle care. Maintenance access is straightforward, and the components are built to last from the clutch plates to the wiring harness. It's not uncommon to see V-Stroms with over 100,000 kilometers on the clock still running like new. On the road, the V-Strom 650 feels calm and composed, the kind of bike that inspires confidence every single mile. The upright position, comfortable seat, and stable chassis make it equally suited for city commutes or cross-country rides. Mechanics often call it the Toyota Corolla of motorcycles, but they mean it as a compliment because it just never lets you down. If you ask any seasoned mechanic for a middleweight that balances comfort, reliability, and everyday usability, they'll likely smile and say, "You can't go wrong with a V-Strom." Number 4. Kawasaki Versys 650. The Kawasaki Versys 650 is one of those bikes that mechanics describe with just one word: solid. It's not the loudest, flashiest, or most expensive motorcycle out there, but every part of it has been engineered to last. Underneath, it's powered by Kawasaki's tried and tested 649cc parallel twin engine, producing around 67 horsepower and 64 newton-meters of torque. It's an engine mechanics trust completely because it's been used for years across multiple models, and it just doesn't quit. The Versys 650 is a mechanic's favorite because it's so easy to live with. Routine maintenance is simple, the parts are affordable, and the bike's layout is logical. Oil filter, spark plugs, and airbox all right where you'd expect them. The valves hold their settings for ages, and the cooling system is practically indestructible. Electrical issues? Rare. Leaks? Almost unheard of. This bike was built with the kind of common sense that experienced riders and mechanics both appreciate. On the road, the Versys 650 does everything well: daily commuting, touring, or even light adventure riding. The upright riding position and long travel suspension make it incredibly comfortable, while the chassis feels planted and responsive. It's one of those motorcycles that disappears beneath you. You just ride effortlessly. Mechanics often say the Versys is the smart rider's choice. It doesn't chase trends or try to prove anything. It simply delivers year after year. For anyone who values practicality, reliability, and peace of mind, this is the bike that earns quiet respect in every workshop. Number 3. Triumph Bonneville T120. When a motorcycle earns respect from both riders and mechanics, you know it's something special. And that's exactly what the Triumph Bonneville T120 is. It's powered by a 1200cc high-torque parallel twin engine, delivering around 78 horsepower and 105 newton-meters of torque, tuned not for racing but for real-world riding. The torque comes in low and steady, making it incredibly smooth and predictable, a quality mechanics always praise. This is an engine built for longevity, with a robust cooling system, solid internals, and an overall design that puts reliability before complexity. Mechanics love the T120 because it's beautifully put together. Everything feels premium and well thought out: clean wiring, quality materials, and accessible service points. You don't need to tear half the bike apart just to change a filter or check the plugs. Triumph designed it to be elegant and practical. The valve system stays in spec longer than you'd expect, and even after thousands of miles, the gearbox still shifts like new. It's craftsmanship you can feel. On the road, the Bonneville T120 feels like it has nothing to prove. The upright ergonomics, balanced chassis, and comfortable seat make it ideal for long rides, while its refined character wins hearts wherever it goes. Mechanics often describe it as the gentleman's motorcycle, not because it's soft, but because it carries itself with quiet confidence. It's a timeless reminder that true performance isn't always about speed sometimes. It's about grace, trust, and endurance. And that's why the Bonneville T120 continues to earn the respect of the people who know bikes best, the mechanics themselves. Number 2. Honda CRF 1100L, Africa Twin. The Honda Africa Twin isn't just a motorcycle, it's a reputation on two wheels. Ask any mechanic which adventure bike they trust the most, and the Africa Twin almost always tops the list. It's powered by a 1084cc parallel twin engine, producing around 100 horsepower and 112 newton-meters of torque, tuned for smooth, reliable power delivery instead of raw aggression. It's the kind of engine that starts every time, runs cool in any climate, and never makes life difficult, exactly what mechanics respect. Honda overbuilt this motor. The cooling system is oversized, the gearbox feels unbreakable, and even the dual-clutch transmission, DCT version, which many assumed would be fragile, has proven impressively tough. The electronics are smart yet dependable, with traction control, ride modes, and ABS systems that rarely ever cause issues. Air filter placement, fluid access, and cable routing all designed for real-world serviceability. Mechanics love that it's engineered not for showrooms, but for survival. On the road, or off it, the Africa Twin feels balanced, composed, and ready for anything. The upright riding position, comfortable seat, and wide bars make long-distance travel effortless. It's one of those rare bikes that feels equally at home crossing cities or continents. When mechanics recommend a big adventure motorcycle, they talk about the Africa Twin with confidence because they've seen how it holds up in the real world. It's dependable, it's tough, and it's built with the kind of precision that earns lifelong respect. Number 1. BMW R1300 GS. If there's one motorcycle that mechanics around the world consistently respect, it's the BMW R1300 GS. This bike doesn't just represent engineering excellence, it defines it. Powered by the brand new 1300cc shift cam boxer twin, it produces around 145 horsepower and 149 newton-meters of torque. But what impresses mechanics isn't the output, it's how that power is delivered. The engine feels refined, effortless, and built to last. Every component, from the cooling system to the clutch, has been designed with long-term reliability in mind. Mechanics appreciate how accessible and logical everything is. Valve adjustments are straightforward, electronics are robust, and even the diagnostic systems are user-friendly compared to most high-tech adventure bikes. The GS rarely comes into a workshop for problems, it usually arrives for service and leaves with a smile. BMW's new Telelever Evo suspension and lightweight chassis have improved ride comfort and handling while keeping maintenance surprisingly simple for a bike so advanced. It's that blend of innovation and practicality that keeps mechanics impressed. On the road, the R1300 GS feels unstoppable. Whether you're cruising on highways, tackling mountain passes, or exploring rough trails, it stays composed and confident. The ergonomics, braking performance, and electronic aids all work together to make it feel like the bike is reading your mind. Mechanics love machines that respect their craft bikes built by engineers who clearly care. The R1300 GS is exactly that. It's powerful, yet dependable, modern, yet mature, and it sets the gold standard for what a motorcycle should be. No wonder mechanics never stop recommending it. It's the one bike that truly earns their trust. When mechanics recommend a bike, they're not guessing, they're speaking from years of experience and countless hours in the workshop. These 8 motorcycles have earned that respect the hard way through reliability, craftsmanship, and consistency. So if you ever wonder which bikes truly stand the test of time, now you know.